Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a creepy little bunny that is going to be colored in with alcohol markers. I discovered alcohol markers some years back by stumbling upon an artist on YouTube. Her name is Bailey J, and if you don't know who she is, you really need to look her up. She is like the queen of Copic illustrations, and she just creates some really beautiful artwork with markers. I didn't want to spend the amount of money on Copics just because if I didn't like it, that's a lot of money to spend on markers. One Copic marker you're looking at between $6 and $8 depending on where you get them from, and that adds up really fast. So I went on Amazon and bought some Ohulu markers, and I think they worked really well, and I'm very happy with the end result that I got. So when I started to work on his eyes, I kind of went back and forth with if I wanted him to be angry or laughing crazily or what, and I kind of went more with the angry route, but not angry as in he wants to beat somebody up, but more as in he's taunting someone, when you're a little kid and you stick your tongue out at your sibling or something and you're taunting them, kind of like that, but also have that feeling that he's been through some things, he's got the chunk missing out of his ear and his teeth aren't perfect, there's some chips in them and stuff like that. So I just wanted it to look like this bunny, he hasn't had a very good life, he's rough around the edges, and he's seen some things that maybe he shouldn't have seen. You guys will have to let me know if there's anybody else out there. But although the coloring is fun, for me, my favorite part is inking the project. At least this one. And I don't know if it's because I was really liking how he was turning out or what, but putting that black line in just made the picture so much better. Alright, so I did go back and forth about what colors to make him. I did think about green for a little while, and I don't know, I was looking at the colors and I just didn't feel like, I felt green would make him look like more like sickly, and I didn't want him to look like a sick bunny, like maybe sick in the head, but I didn't want him to look like he was dying. So I ended up going with blues and grays for the most part, and I feel like it was a really good idea because it just, I don't know, I feel like it fits him. But let me know if you would have chose different colors for his fur and his hair. So I did notice that there is a little bit of like a technique to using alcohol markers. The shading and stuff like that is something that I'll have to get better at with time. I did figure out that it's kind of goes better if you do like light strokes versus like a fast back and forth. But using the blending marker really helped kind of seal it in. But there's definitely like a technique to it that I have not in any way mastered. Watching it back, I kind of wish I would have went with the lighter gray first, so that I could have done more shading in different grays within his like whiskers. I was kind of worried about going too light and then adding the different grays because I only currently have 4 grays, and I didn't know if it would look good enough. And right now, it doesn't look that great, but once I bring in that blending tool, it looks a lot better. But yeah, I think if I could do it over, I would have went with a lighter gray first and then used a couple different grays to add in more texture. went back and forth on the coloring of his nose and his eyes, and I ended up going with purple for both of those so that they kind of went together. I didn't want to go with reds for his eyes because I didn't want him to look too angry, and I didn't want to go yellow because I didn't want him to look like sickly. But let me know what you guys think, and would you have done his eyes a different color? The last thing I did was use a white gel pen to add the highlights in the eyes, add some whiskers and some white in the hairs to add more texture. And I will say, I've heard it before, how a white gel pen can change your piece, and it definitely does. I think it added something to him, and I don't know, I really like the way that my little angry bunny turned out. But let me know down below if you would have done his colors different, what you would have done, and what else you would like to see from me. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!